out by sniper. This is Private Vasily Zaitsev coming from you, from Stalingrad, Russia. We'll be moving. Let's move. German, stay low. Stay low. Spotted up here. German, down. Another one. I don't see any. We're taking fire. Boom, boom. I'm hit.
In 1943, the Germans turned to the Hitler Youth due to a major deplete in Soviet soldiers. In 1943, the 12th SS Panzer Division, Hitler Jugend, was formed. It was fully equipped with the majority cadre being drawn from Hitler Youth boys from ages 16 to 18. The Hitler Youth was deployed in the Battle of Normandy against the British and Canadian forces to the north of Caen. At the end of World War II, the Hitler Youth was disbanded by the Allied authorities as part of the denazification. Many soldiers of the Hitler Youth were suspicious of military crime, but since they were children, no serious efforts were made to persecute these claims.
My dear wife, the attack by the countless hordes in the past weeks are over. The silence of death rests over the battlefield, over the smoking, destroyed Soviet tanks, over the masses of the troops the Bolsheviks drove to death. The loneliness of steppes returns. Their attack was in vain, their sacrifice forgotten, broken against their death-sweeping weapons, against our strength, against our will, against our faith, which is stronger than any challenge. For in our hearts, Germany, the Germany that must live. Germany is for you and the children. You are the homeland in us, and we carry that in our hearts. We fight and sacrifice and bleed for you. We never weaken a second. This must be protected. Back in our trenches, we think of home. I hold your last dear letter in my worn hands. Thank you for the words and the news. For that I am deeply thankful. The war is now falling on my dear homeland. We write for the terror attacks for the British and Americans and the heavy sacrifices, privations, and worries that you must also now face. I am filled with enormous rage, and as of all of us here, there must be a revenge, a thousandfold revenge, but in my heart it is deep and holy thanks to whoever sacrificed to rescue you. But for what they have lost, you still have. Has that occurred to you, my dear wife? Now that I suddenly face the problems of death, and have never before had, they are similar to the problems that we soldiers face every day and every hour, to give up to what the most dear hold to live.
Dear Mom and Dad, I received my first letters from you yesterday since I've been overseas. There were 3 of them, 2 V-mail and 1 airmail. I'm glad you finally sent me Rum's address. Now I will be able to write to him. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. We had the turkey and all the trimmings. Most of the doughboys had turkey also. It's amazing when you think of all of us, so far from home, observing still in the midst of battle. Thanksgiving. I'm sure there was many who gave thanks to God today. I was sure one of them. I recently was able to see some of the dead boys they had just taken off the battlefield. If some of the men back home whom personal ambition attempt to prolong the war could see them, I'm sure the war. You can't help but to think, why are they dead? Just a year ago or so, they were either going to school, working, married, and now they're dead. Many among them had ambition, all looked forward to the future. Now they're dead. It keeps shooting through my mind again and again. Why have these men died? I know why we fight. I know of the values we're trying to secure. I hope these men have not given their lives for empty words. I'm sorry I went up on a slight philosophical side, but I had to air out some of my thoughts. Love, Harold.
Vasily, what was life like as a Russian soldier?
The hardest times. We fought in the Battle of Stalingrad. We lost countless lives. We're fighting near our hometown. The Nazis overpowered us during the first stages of the war. And but Stalin never gave up on us. He never gave up. The Red Army never gave up. We couldn't lose Stalingrad. It was the name of our leader, Stalin.